Patterson. We are at the 13th annual St. Louis Prototype Modelers Meet. I'm doing an outdoor photo shoot. We're going to talk about this table saw. That's absolutely magnificent. This is the best hobby in the world.
What's neat?
What's neat?
What's neat?
What's neat starts now.
Catch the What's Neat podcast every week and full episodes of What's Neat every month at the Model Railroad Hobbyist YouTube page.
Hello, this is Michael Gross, and you're watching What's Neat with Ken Patterson.
Let's look at both.
That's bizarre.
Back forward,
They're
back
both
forward.
on us. We're centered. Trust me. It's okay. Happy show number 297.
Yep.
Three
Ready?
more. So the big 3-0.
Short show tonight. Let's have some fun.
Right.
Best hobby. God, there's all. Look at this. Right?
Yep.
Who's gonna give us a countdown?
I think that'd be me. And in 3, 2, 1.
The What's Neat This Week in Model Railroading Show is made possible by viewers like you and is proudly supported by Model Railroader magazine, helping enthusiasts become better modelers for more than 90 years. To learn more, visit trains.com. Additional support is provided by Spring Creek Model Trains, your destination for model trains. Stop in and say, wow. Check out their website at springcreekmodeltrains.com.
Intermountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Promotional consideration provided by Great Train Shows, a division of Great American Train Shows. Train shows are back. Visit their website for show dates and vendor registration at trainshows.com. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast.
This is the What's Neat This Week show in Model Railroading. Show number 297 for December 7th, 2025. Show 300 is coming up.
2024.
2024.
What did I just say?
2025.
No, it's all right.
Noted.
Let it roll, because I wrote down 2025 on here because I've been typing it all week because I just got finished working with the January 2025 video. And the 2020, anyway, long story short, I've been doing the 2025 ads that we're doing for Model Railroader magazine. So those anyway, long story short, it is in fact December 7th, 2024. And we're going to have an abbreviated show tonight. There's a lot going on. The show up in Wisconsin.
Train Fest.
Yes. That was just a success. Nothing but good news from the modelers and the people up there, the vendors. So rock and roll. And as you will hear, we've got special guests tonight from Spring Creek. Dave really kind of spells it out when he says, he kind of spelled it out as to what date and what month he saw things start to pick up for the hobby, which is really good news. Mm-hmm. Okay, so somewhere is a microphone. We've really got this together tonight. We don't even have a cameraman. But what we do have is some of the most amazing models we've ever had on this show. So before I can talk about that, let's go over here and say this is Mike Buddy.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Mike. Thank you for being here tonight.
Okay.
Sitting on the other side of me is Daniel Coombs.
Your
Hi,
favorite.
guys.
Favorite.
Your favorite.
My favorite.
Mine's your favorite, too.
Daniel Coombs. Yeah, but you've come
How you
a
doing,
long
guys?
way from the little boy in the Boy Scout uniform.
Yeah, boy, that's something.
That's beautiful.
I love that beginning.
All right, starting out on the table today, I will say that the December What's Neat video just got completed about 22 days late, and in that we've got an amazing interview with a gentleman by the name of John Goodhart that we met up in Chicago last October.
Right.
And his layout was the Lake Erie, Cincinnati, and St. Louis Railroad. And this layout is actually, the design of it was after the Batavia Club, that Chicagoland favorite layout that I so well remember. God, I saw it in the 80s and the 90s. And it was so well thought out because it wasn't that much deeper than that. Their peninsulas obviously were wider where the roundhouse and switch yards were, but the scenery, similar to what I think we've seen on the Maui route, if I'm getting the name of that railroad right, the modeler. And also, and that's what we saw Johnson did.
Yeah,
What's it?
right, Tom Johnson.
Tom Johnson.
Yes.
Tom Johnson did that on his layout, which is causing me I'm changing the layout back there in the corner. I told you that?
Yeah.
I'm cutting out about that much of it to go thinner. Less is better. I don't think having all that space where I don't like the corner is good. So anyway, the What's Neat video is coming out really good for the December show. We also have Bachmann Industries in that. I think Tyler Haney was showing us some more of the great Christmas train sets. And then I also did a segment in there on the new construction adhesive from Foam Pro, the guys that make the glue.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's Dow Corning or something like that. But I looked up on their website and I did a whole in-depth test like we did with Gorilla Glue and like we did with the orange Foam Pro that we use for building layouts. So that is the December What's Neat. January's What's Neat. I think we're going to have, you were just talking about the gentleman who had the socks, the drummer.
Joey Ginto.
Joey Ginto did a segment for us where he did a nice interview.
Hi, Joey. Hi, guys from the
Joey.
Boston Mountain Valley Road Association.
I think I'm going to run that. I also might run the segment on how I redesigned a spray booth motor and moved it outside, but that's so not model railroad. That's more, paint booth and painting tools. So I'm not sure how that's going to go down in the magazine yet.
It is an amazing difference, though.
Yes, it absolutely is.
It's
Very
on
quiet.
right now, and you can't even hear it.
I've got
listen.
I've got Creston.
I hear nothing.
I got Creston Parker's name written down here from scaletree.com. We talked about him once on the show because he sent us some really beautiful trees to look at. In fact, two of them I have on the layout now, the 12-inch tall oak tree and the 8-inch tall oak tree. I know, that's the ones on either side of the river. I'm probably showing B-roll of it. I wish we had a
those two
camera.
right there.
Just turn one of them cameras around, right? Anyway, after seeing Tom Johnson's layout, am I still talking about that?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, just the detail, everything. I
know where you've been my whole life. So I called up Creston. I was like, Creston, go look at that video. I said, go look at the trees, look at the fall trees. Here's your challenge. He told me one time that it's expensive to advertise on the show, and I realized mom and pop companies it could be, but it won't once you figure out how much you sell. Anyway, long story short, he said, why don't we trade trees for sponsorship? And I don't need any trees. I make my own trees. Well, no. Here's the test. Creston, make me 2 fall trees. Make the great big 12-inch. Make the 8-inch. Look at Tom's video. Pick the color you want to do. Orange, yellow, maybe green, yellow, mixed. Do whatever it is. I'm sure you're going to copy a prototype photo. But give it your best shot. Let us put them on the table. And scaletrees.com.
So he's going to do it?
Yes, I talked to him tonight. I've been trying to reach him all week.
All right.
Okay, on the table tonight, we have, I'm not hogging the show, this is what Lionel says I do, this beautiful gray steam locomotive. This New York Central, what's it called?
Dreyfuss Hudson.
A Dreyfuss Hudson. This is the only one in the country. This is the pre-production model that was at Train Fest and got shipped down here promptly so that I could share it with you guys on the table tonight. There are, and I'm going to probably B-roll these, I got 2 passenger cars with it. And they've got the most wonderful blue stripes on them in between the gray two-tones.
Crisp and legible.
I was told that no black and white or no color photos of this train ever existed. So therefore, I can't believe that, but therefore, every time we saw this train in the books, we never knew that those stripes were blue. And to actually see them on the model is just stunning. It's a beautiful paint scheme. But the engine itself runs. You were running it tonight. I'll show B-roll of that.
Factory installed TCS wow sound.
Was it smoking? Did it have smoke in
No.
it? It wasn't? Okay, it probably does have smoke in it, but it's die cast. This is a top-of-the-line Bachmann product. Truly, this is their latest offering. I don't even think it's available yet, but probably soon. And so right behind it is the...
This is another Bachmann model.
This is the other Bachmann. It's also a Hudson, Dreyfuss. Hudson, same wheel arrangement. This is the model, and it's actually not the model. The model's behind this TV over here. The model that I put on the 2023 or 2024 Bachmann catalog cover, whatever the number is on the
I think
screen.
it was 2024. I remember seeing
I
it.
can't believe it's just that long ago.
Yeah.
So I shot this one in the dark for them. But I thought I would feature it. I don't think I have any outdoor photographs of it individually, so I'll shoot some and show this beautiful thing to you. It runs sweet. Actually, we showed it off on last week's show, where we were walking around the basement aimlessly
That's right.
trying to figure out something to say. Oh my God, did you read
That
readers'
was a-
comments on that
was a
show?
good
A lot of
show,
positive.
Man, that was a great idea, I thought.
They
need to do that
loved
again.
it.
People
Definitely.
always wanted to see the rest of the layout.
We got to go to your house, Mike.
Yeah, gonna have to cut out a lot. Gonna have to get that blurry stuff that blurs out everything on the floor and on the.
Now, the other engine on here is the same model that Bachmann produced. We don't have a cameraman, but I'll probably be B-rolling this. Here, slide that back. Maybe one of these cameras will get it. That camera's pretty close right there. All right, Bachmann. And then Daniel tells me this is Rivarossi, that he just put a sound system in for one of his clients.
Yep.
Joey.
Yep.
Joey
G.
Gentile?
Touch
Okay.
of the Breast Model Weathering.
Joey G.
One of his personal locomotives.
I can see that the newer computer-designed locomotive. Well, what year did you say this was?
I think it's around 1990. Joey, correct me if
They
I'm wrong.
used computers back then to design stuff, didn't they? They were just getting started.
I think they were just getting started in the pioneer ages.
So the Rivarossi, obviously, just from what I'm looking at, doesn't have the degree of detail.
You'll find like separately applied detail, like your whistle, bell, some of your piping here on the top of the boiler.
Is that a different tender too? It's a different tender.
Yes. Actually, no, it looks like it might be the
That looks kind
same.
of the same, yeah.
Does it?
Just different kind of model forms of how it was and how I guess they wanted to create it as.
All right, now tell us about this gorgeous thing. You're not, and this is what I alluded to probably somewhere when I was talking.
You can pick it up.
You're not the Boy Scout with the Boy Scout budget anymore, young man. You've grown up and got a real job. And being as you don't have a wife and children at this point, feel free to spend your money on trains.
That's what we all do.
That's
Yes,
what they all say.
is. And you have bought a beautiful, beautiful piece here. Talk about that.
All right, so for the holidays coming up, and as you guys can see, this is the Polar Express. Now, this is a Lionel legacy-built 3-rail O-scale locomotive. It is basically another run, because this year is the 20th anniversary of the Warner Brothers production off the book, The Polar Express. So I think 2004 was the first release. Well, Lionel has created the 20th anniversary, or re-released this locomotive. They've done this before. For the 20th anniversary run, I got this off of Train World. Thank you, Ken Bianca and everyone. Shout out to all of them. And I also saw that they did a maroon red, a special limited edition paint scheme, where the whole boiler of, if this locomotive was that, it would all be red. And then there was a blue Percellent one with a nice gloss sheen to it that they kind of did too.
Is that the one you said it turns blue and purple depending upon
It's
how
a
you look at
combination
it?
blue and purple, where one
That's-
angle you look at
You
it,
see
and
that
then it's a
paint, you've seen that on
multicolor.
automobiles.
Color
that
shifting.
fancy.
Yeah, color shifting. But anyways, this is one of
This
their.
thing runs smooth.
It does.
Can I shoot B-roll of this running? Here, look, watch it run, guys. I know it's big and it's really heavy, but
Yeah, I can't
look at,
believe how heavy that is.
look
It's-
how smooth. How much does this
weighs
weigh?
At least 10 pounds.
I think I think the boiler might be about 10 pounds, and with the tender, it might just be a mere 2.5, maybe 3 pounds. But Lionel has, again, their own digital
3 pounds?
for the tender.
Probably maybe
just the
close
tender.
to 15 pounds total.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
probably
sense.
close.
That makes sense.
But you see all the fine detail. Now, this in O scale is equivalent to what an Athens Genesis would be detail-wise. You've got
Oh, this
all
is-
the piping and all the...
Never mind the 3-rail, okay? I know
Yep.
they kind of... That is such a very, very lucrative industry with some well-established people in it. Take no offense at the fact that for us HO scale modelers that like scale, that 3-rail stuff, I mean, look what I did to the guys when I
Oh, I know.
narrow
Put the narrow
gauge,
gauge in.
3-rail.
I'm like,
They
oh,
called me the
no.
Lionel. Anyway, long story short, this is every bit as equivalent as, I would say, Proto 48.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. But again, this is just the base model 284 Berkshire as it was in the movie, and this is a real locomotive out in Michigan, the Pierre Marquette 1225, which is this
That's
model
what
is
it is.
based out
That's
of.
what it is. It's a Berkshire.
Yep.
right?
284.
Yes.
Nickel plate also had these prototypes actually. But anyways, so beyond that, with Christmas coming up next weekend, me and my wonderful girlfriend Becca, I'll bring her over here one day. Just hold on a minute.
Vaporware, that's that stuff that the companies talk about, but you never see it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
She's gonna kill me now that when she finally needs
It's
me.
okay. She won't. She's a sweetheart.
I'm
but-
sure whoever she is, she's a very lucky girl. To
Yes.
have a fine,
That's for sure.
fine. Actually, you are a good guy.
Yes, I am.
Yes. You are not a criminal.
So she is going to draft it herself and volunteer with me to help set up the Christmas trains around the tree. So, of course, this is going to be one. Now, as you guys know, Lionel has their own sophisticated digital command system with a bunch of numbers you got to press on their controller.
Okay.
What I
Hold on. This is Bluetooth out of the box.
Yeah, Bluetooth ready.
Guys.
Run it with your phone.
Guys, we got to get, and I've talked to the Bluetooth company that makes the most amazing Bluetooth decoder right now. I've talked to George at Soundtracks. I said, George, think about it for a minute. What if every train set that Bachmann or any company would ever sell that you could literally buy off the store shelf at Target? Do they sell train sets at Walmart?
No, they don't anymore.
Menards sells Bachmann train sets. I know that. I've been talking to them.
Really?
You pull the train set out, you pull out your cell phone, and you can run your train. I mean, that is the natural, and not to mention with Bluetooth, how far can we go? People are controlling their houses with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, our industry's, 10 or 15 years behind on Bluetooth? But think what we could do to our layouts.
Oh, yeah. The possibility is endless,
Okay.
even with Blunami. But
That's so exciting. I forgot what you're talking about.
yeah,
this.
anyways, so I was going to wrap it up with the control system. So obviously, of course, those of you who are HO scalers would see that the Lionel guys, they have created 4 ways to control the trains. Ready? Now, Mike, this is going to be for you, a conventional dial transformer, AC powered, of course, not DC. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Or you can run it with their legacy wireless remote system. And then 2 other options of Bluetooth. There's 2 options of Bluetooth they've got. They've got this universal remote that, for off the shelf, you can control 3 different, they're Lion Chief Bluetooth locomotives that you can buy. But each of those locomotives has their own remote. But you can run 3 individual locomotives off this one remote for $50.
Is this free rolling drive?
No.
It's not. Okay. Boy.
And also, like you said, obviously, when you put power on the track, AC, everyone's got phone now. Dial it up on a Lionel Chief app, connect to it.
Oh, there she is right there. I just
Yeah,
saw his
and there's-
girlfriend.
yeah.
Okay. So do you have a big boy in this scale?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is it a Lionel too?
No, it is MTH Premier.
Now, we've brought that over before.
Yeah,
when we
I
had
did,
the big boy day thing.
Our friend over at the Target Electric, or Target Model Company, Steve Mantilla,
Yes.
sold that to me.
Okay.
And then I sent it to Kansas City to get repaired, and yes, we did show that off on a show because I just had to. I was so excited about it. But anyways, having this might be the dive. I don't want to say I'm transferring into O scale, but just dabbling in with it. When I'm at my grandma's house, since my grandpa has passed and left all the trains inherited to me, I thought I'll dabble in O scale a little bit just in his memory. So this is a very unique piece, and obviously I will have it running on my Christmas display, and maybe I'll have you guys come over and see it.
What kind of radius do you need to run these and the big boy? I mean, how big are your 7 circles?
Well, the 7, so I got 7 circles of O. Now, O scale track is traditional O27 you hear, where the curve is it's like 27 inches across. It's got to go as wide as, this one is O54, but the big boy articulated engines, even the Lionel.
54 inches, is that what that means?
54
Oh,
inches
54.
of a radius.
What's the
circle.
minimum radius on this?
O54.
Okay.
So they're basically the measurements in O scale are.
Are you going to have a layout in your basement like this someday? Because right now you're still around the Christmas tree. This is not a toy.
Yeah.
No.
This is a $1,500 work of art.
Unfortunately, now that you got the price point out there, I think a couple guys are like, oh, yeah, that looks cool. And then all of a sudden they just are like, the price.
No, think about it. In 1980s money, when I was doing that Midwest Valley layout and we were buying brass, trust me, how much? 1,500 would probably be
$1,500
equal
retail.
to about, what, 450 to 500 back
maybe.
then?
Yeah.
And we were putting that away for steam engines all day long in brass.
Yeah, and brass, but
In
thanks.
today's dollars, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your time worth in hours? How long would it take me and Mike?
A lifetime.
No, stop it. No, because you know what's going to happen? James Regier is going to show up with that fancy computer of his and end up popping one of these off
You'll
of the 3D printer.
While we're doing the show.
We'll be sitting here turning the smokestack on the lathe. Okay, yeah. What's your time worth, though? Seriously. And if it's your passion, I mean, really?
I love setting it up, and obviously now with this
I'm
remote,
trying to justify the price the best I can.
I know, but hey, it's like you get 4 different control options, all the details there. You get a smoking whistle included, so every time you blow the whistle, smoke's going to shoot right out of it.
I saw it smoking in the shop. It was coming out just like the big boy downtown that Ed Dickens was running. It was constant. It was very neat when it was sitting still idling. Very impressive. Denny Yelsma was really happy about the show up there in Wisconsin. I know I keep dropping the name. Anyway, he said something we never talk about on the show, and it's like, yeah, you're right. I don't know why. Hoodies. Hoodies are so in style now.
Right.
It's the season now.
We're always talking about get your jackets, get your train jackets with the logos on them. No, get some hoodies. Check out his website and look at the hoodies he's got. Mike's got a hoodie on right now.
Right.
You're always wearing cool shirts. But the fact is, Denny wanted me to say that, and he did run out of hats, and thank you to all the folks. Denny and also David Poppett, Firecrown at Model Railroader Magazine said thank you to all the folks that came up to him and said that they have seen him on the What's Neat show.
Sweet.
Yes.
It's a good, friendly, what do you want to call it?
No, we have a very good relationship with them,
Yes.
and I very
Thank
much
you.
would like to see that continue. Now, we're going to go on to the next segment of the show. No, we're not. Actually, I'm going to say something here. We're going to do Mike's stuff, and then we're going to Spring Creek. We're going to go ahead and run that at the end of the show. Spring Creek is wanting me to talk about a product code for the What's Neat show. For all the What's Neat viewers that purchase $250 or more, so if you just buy the wheels and maybe a couple pieces of the boiler, that'd be about $250, right?
I would rather that pencil
So
not
if
be
you
in the
buy
way of that
if
boiler.
you buy a small part of this, no, what I'm trying to say is if you spend $250 or more, free shipping for the What's Neat this week viewers. You got to
Nice.
give them the product code WNTW, and it says on this 1224. I don't know if that meant 2024, but I promise you, if you contact them and say you've watched this show, they're gonna love you anyway.
Well, 12 December, 24 of the year.
Is that what it is? 1224. Oh, that makes sense. Oh my gosh. All
Next year.
Education. Also coming up in July is that show that we went to back in 2019, the semi-annual Spring Creek train show. It's going to be double the size this year. They got 5 layouts this year. And that's just from what I heard in the interview last night. Dave and Deb Zucker were here last night at 9 o'clock. They're in town for Great American Train Show. July 5th and 6th, 2025. It's their big train show out in Deshler, Nebraska. So check it out at the springcreekmodeltrains.com website. All the information is there. That was a fun show that we went to. And we also broadcast a show
we did
there.
a show from there.
Yes,
That was
we
a
did.
fun time. They had a little train running around that kids could actually ride.
All right, Mike, tell us about your cars tonight.
These are some cars from Oxford. Every once in a while, they come out with some new releases, and I actually had 5. I was going to bring one of them. I guess I left it at home. It was a 61 Chevrolet Corvair van, so I'll bring it next week.
Hold on. Okay, did you make these or are these?
No, these are
available?
ready-made. I bought these just like this.
Can I touch the blue car?
Yeah, sure.
What is that? That's
This
nice.
is a 64 Ford Country Squire wagon. A lot of times they come with the wood on. This doesn't have the wood, so...
It's recognizable.
Oh, yeah. This is a scale model.
This is fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What year?
64.
Okay.
Do you have the same one?
No, I did the 69 Impala,
Oh, yeah.
which I found on the other side of I guess the kids were driving it the other day. It's missing a wheel.
Oh.
That's a car you're not supposed to drive. I mean, come on. The buildings that I showed you that I was shooting outside today, one of the buildings was Wather's Brewery. And that's the shot where I absolutely tricked it out and made it the most realistic, one of the mainline modeler covers. And I used that Impala specifically for that
Yeah,
photo.
that's a super nice
But
car.
this captures that. So the quality is stunning.
And you know what I'm thinking about?
No, I'm thinking about trading them a box car for this. I like this car.
No, I'm thinking about LED headlights from, crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that guy?
Neil Maltz.
Neil Maltz. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes. East
What's
Coast
the name of
Circuits.
this? East Coast Circuits. Thank you. I was drawing a blank. Sorry, Neil.
I got him on my tongue because I'm calling him this week, the cold call. All right, keep going. I'm totally
I think
I'm
the
totally
body on
messing
that
you
car,
up.
I think, is die cast. I haven't taken it apart, but then the roof and window section is made out of plastic.
It's
a
flush.
separate
It's like a
piece.
hybrid model.
The windows are
So-
flush. It's perfect.
And they're clear,
Yeah,
too.
it might be hard to drill out.
You
the
can't do
headlights,
Scotch tape
but-
that good. That's good.
No, I couldn't. And that's a lot more.
So this is the
durable, too.
first car. What are the other
Yeah.
three?
The other one is a 1950 Studebaker, and I remember seeing a lot of these around when I was a kid. I thought they were so ugly, and because I liked the sleeker 50s and 60s cars like these. But this is a neat little model, and I thought I'd buy it just because it reminded me of a lot of the ones I saw in my childhood. And
Alloy Forms made that.
yes, they did.
Alloy Forms made that, and I
Right.
painted some the appropriate color, which was close to this car I'm holding in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'd spent $400 on custom-made little bitty
Yeah.
containers of paint
Yeah,
at a
I
custom
remember that.
shop.
Yeah.
When I did the Model A's, the Model T's, some of those, some 50. I was trying to
And
make
then
cars
some,
of the eras. I was
yeah.
trying to create props for my photographs,
Right.
because I knew I was going to need a variety in order to be able to work with these manufacturers' various dates.
Yeah.
I'm totally interrupting you again.
That's okay. This one, next one, the next two are actually old releases but new colors. And 57 Nomad is recognizable to anybody who's a
Yes.
Chevy fan. They made this Nomad body style in 55, 56, and 57. And Alloy Forms made a 55. And Claire Gilbert of Sylvan Scale Models makes a 56 resin 56 Chevy that I did the master for.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that's
Pre-production work.
and so
Stellar.
anyway, I finished one and I sent it to him, and I never finished one for myself. But I bought this one because I always loved this 57 Chevy color. It's kind of a metallic root beer color with a cream colored top and interior.
That's the first. You do 120, what scale?
125th.
125th
Yeah,
scale
the
cars.
larger scale.
125th scale cars from Woolworth, 1974 or 75. That was the first model kit I ever built.
Yeah.
My grandparents bought it because we were going to a New Year's Eve party with all their German folk friends
Mm-hmm.
that they sing with. And they were afraid I was going to be bored.
Yeah.
So they bought me that Nomad
Yeah,
kit.
it was a Revell model.
And they
still
bought
make it.
me a tube of Wather's goo.
Yeah.
The brown, heavy, thick
Oh,
chewing
man,
gum glue.
what a mistake that
and
was.
I sat there and watched a show on TV called The Mad World.
That's a great
It
movie.
was.
Oh, man,
And
we
built
could tell-
that
a whole
car
show
with
about
Wather's goo. And my glue joints were, I was in 5th grade.
Less than perfect.
I loved it. I don't care. I loved it.
Yeah.
You got me started. Go ahead.
Yeah, on that model you're talking about, the doors and the tailgate actually open.
They do. Yes, that was a.
They
that was,
still make that model.
that was
You
in the
gotta build
trash a
one
long
just
time
for,
ago.
just for nostalgic sake.
It's funny you say that. Okay, here we go. Another story. This week I had a project.
Yeah.
I did the box art for the Wathers. I did the Wathers tall buildings in 1999. I put them on the Wathers catalog cover back then.
Yeah.
The tallest building. I didn't have to build any of those. They came built. I actually had to build one this week. Oh my God, it is such a wonderful building.
Is that the
13
Art
stories.
Deco looking
Yeah,
one?
13
Oh,
stories.
man, that's-
I didn't even color it. I left it in factory colors. All I did was put window shades in it, like 300, 400 window shades. It looks amazing.
It does. It looks like the Continental building downtown.
Yes, we're covering
That
a
Art
lot.
Deco.
There was another big edit right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
We're eventually going to get to the last car.
the last one is one of my favorite all-time cars, a 58 Impala. I was 4 years old when these cars came out, and I still remember how much they blew me away. It's how much different they were than the 57s, and I've always loved that 58 Impala. So whenever the manufacturers come out with a model of one, I get it. Now, Classic Metalworks did one, I think in the early 2000s, and they did several different colors in it. Now this Oxford model is probably a little bit better done because the technology is a lot better for making these die-cast models. But this 58, they're exactly the same size, so you know the scale's right, but it's got a lot of detail on it, and flush fitting windows, and I always did like that red color, so as long as they keep making different colors, I'll keep getting them.
Are you married to these? Can I shoot them tomorrow?
Yeah, as long as they don't fall into the hands of anyone else.
Oh, no, he's a miracle child now. I'm not worried about that. No, I'm not. Besides, I really want this car. Not this specific car, but I mean the tail lights, the front lights. I remember this car when I was a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
They were in the city, up the street. And it just blows me away that the model companies are finally getting this good. I mean, mini metals, they made really wonderful models too, but sometimes when you got into the N scale models and some of the HO scale models, they seemed a little bubbly,
Yeah,
you might
cartoonish.
say. Yeah, they were a
some of
little
them.
bit, they weren't just, they didn't scan, nowadays they probably scan, 3D scan an actual car before they cut the molds.
That's a Bernard Helen project right there.
Yeah.
Well, Rapido's doing it, the locomotives. Many manufacturers are doing it.
Rapido's put out vehicles too. They did the Caprices.
That's true. Okay, so we're going to do this. Again, Dave and Deb Zucker are in town here for a great American train show, which I plan on taking Landon to tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Cool.
And it's over in Collinsville, Illinois. It's one of the dates that we read when we read all those great American train show dates, which was really fun to do that. Anyway, they were here, and they came by here last night around 9:30, and we sat and had about a 12-minute chat, and they shared some brand new exclusive freight cars, which I need to still get some B-roll of. But here, let's just go to that interview, and then we'll come back and close our show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on to the point, and then everybody's just looking at the eraser.
I love you guys. Look who I'm sitting with for this segment of our podcast. I've got Deb and Dave Zucker from Spring Creek Model Trains all the way from Deshler, Nebraska.
Yep.
And y'all are in town here for a great American train show, a great train show.
Great train show
Yep.
over at Collinsville at the Gateway Center.
Yep. We've done it many times before, and we're back.
It's awesome. So today you want to talk about a lot of neat stuff, and I don't have my notes, but I remember something really cool. This year, 2025,
This coming year,
yes, is your
25th anniversary
That's right,
as
yeah.
a
As
hobby store.
Yep, as a hobby store.
And we're doing a special run with KD products, and it's just a little celebration of our 25th year. And this will be available, around the first of the year?
1st of January, we'll start the pre-order sales.
Yep.
wow, congratulations.
Yep.
Now, when you guys started, the kids were little.
Yes.
Yes.
And how they've grown into this wonderful family business that is Spring Creek Model Trains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very proud of the fact that both of our adult sons were interested and asked to come home and help with the store and be the next generation to run it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's absolutely fabulous. All right, so this car is made by Katie, which is really
Yep.
nice. Those are the cars that come in clear boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very high quality. I love this orange car. What's going on with these other two cars?
Okay, these two cars are going to be done by Scale Trains, and we call them the Cornhusker series. Back in the 70s, when grain elevators could not get enough covered hoppers, we had 32 elevators in the state of Nebraska lease their own cars. And these two cars, as far as I know, have never been done before. Both of them are about 45 miles from our town of Deshler. And the Clay Center car, from what I can gather, is they had about 27 of them. And the Fairmont car in orange, they only had 5. So
Wow, so this is really specific, and this is current. So these cars, are they running now?
you'll find the Clay Center car is patched with DM&E, Dakota, Minnesota, and Eastern.
Nice.
Probably other updates. I have not seen one of the Fairmont cars in patch. So I did see one in real time, but you know how it is. You don't have your camera
Yes.
when the good stuff goes by. So
That was probably when the cell phones were mounted to the car's transmission still, right?
yes, that was right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
No, that looks absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Now, this summer, you've got something big coming up, right?
Yes, yeah. Again, it's our 25th anniversary. I our turn for this summer is our turn for another show
Our our biennial train show.
in Deschler. And the big news is it's going to be more than twice as big. We've only been able in the past to rent the fairgrounds building, but this year the school gymnasium is available. They finally air conditioned it after all these years. And what we're planning to do is bring in more layouts from across the country. So you're going to see things you've never seen before. We've already got 5 layouts lined up, and we're talking to 2 more clubs, and then we'll take a pause, make sure everything fits, and then we'll look for some more. So
Yeah.
that's
And
what we're doing.
It seems at this point that we're probably going to have 15 to 16 manufacturers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what are the dates for this coming up?
July 5th and 6th.
Very good.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Right after the 4th of July. Now, let's circle back to these cars because I find this quite interesting. Now, you said that you may release more of these. Is that correct?
Yeah, if it looks like sales are going to be very good on these first 2, and if that is true, I will look at doing more of the 32 elevators in Nebraska, do the cars that have never been done before correctly on the correct car, and then move into some that have been done by model die casting years ago. They were done on an FMC 4700. It was the closest thing at that time that we had to the correct car. So, you know, a modeler's license, I guess. And then I'm also looking at doing cars for the state of Kansas and the state of Iowa. So if anybody out there has pictures and information and wants to share it, give us a holler.
That's really cool. And there's another car that you guys did, and I don't have it. It's probably in this train right here. It's a Rock Island coil car, hooded.
It's back behind that.
TV thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get that. But here's pictures of this shot outside. This is a really nice piece. Tell us a little bit about that car.
Well, this is the second release that Intermountain has done of this car. This one is an exclusive run with 6 new numbers for Spring Creek model trains. And when the Rock Island shut down, they actually had 25 of these cars painted just like you see here. So they were a true prototype.
Now, all of these cars are special issues by Spring Creek. They're not available anywhere except for from y'all.
Yes. Yep.
And that you got to go to your website to do that or be at the store. So
Yep.
tell us what website that is.
It is springcreekmodeltrains.com.
That's really simple. That's
And,
great. And I've
yeah.
been on that website. There's a multitude of products. In fact, when we first met in Deschler, Nebraska, I think it was 2018 or 19, you all were just starting to get the website feel of things. And tell me, and I said to you, I think that would have been a very good move. Tell me how that turned out.
Well, it's been wonderful.
Would you say a game changer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We've had a couple of glitches with the backside
Program.
programming,
Programming?
or the company that hosts it.
Okay.
I think we've changed that once or twice, and now we have a fit that these guys are great.
That's
So,
absolutely
yeah.
magnificent. Anything else you want to talk about?
How about the auto rack that's over there?
Oh, I want to go get that too.
Yeah.
Oh, and those are in scale. Oh, wait till you see what's coming next.
Okay, so now we're looking at a bi-level auto rack that we did with Intermountain.
Yeah.
This is the second release. We did the first release. This is the second, and it's all new road numbers. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, did the Rock Island actually have covered auto racks?
Well, and you know that's the same with the coil car, because that's prototypical as well.
Yeah, and in the auto rack world, The Rock Island had almost 180 covered auto racks when they shut down due to bankruptcy. So, yes, it is a true car and a true paint scheme. And then, for the first time, we did it in N scale. So
Yes.
this is the first time it's been released, and it's the first 6 numbers. And we still have some left.
So the first run of this was 6 numbers, and the second run is 6 numbers, so 12, right?
Yep, there's 12 of them.
And this is the new edition, is the N scale.
That is correct.
Are we sold out of the first 6?
Yeah, the first 6 in the HO are gone. We have quite a few yet in the second release. We just received them. The coil car has gone much better than I ever thought.
Really?
And
Nice.
we're down to like 3 and 4 in, well, the first road number and the 6th road number. And then those in the middle are about 8 to 10 in numbers. So they're not going to last very much longer if you're interested.
You guys were at Train Fest?
Oh, yes.
Tell me what's your feel of things. I know we've recently changed political leaders in this country. Would you say the hobby's doing good now?
It's definitely doing better. I felt it actually before the election. I felt people had probably made up their minds and were confident in maybe what was going to happen. And we're starting to see better sales, better attendance at train shows, and just more smiles. So
I'm smiling.
Yeah.
No, this is good. There is no better way to.
Yeah, absolutely. And Train Fest was wonderful, and they're already making plans for next year back at the fairgrounds.
yeah, we're very glad. Spring Creek Model Trains is very glad to see the Train Fest train show get back up off the floor, and let's do it again.
Absolutely fantastic. I want to thank both of you very much, and your family and your business, for helping us, the What's Neat guys and all my crew, to support this. I think that is the best hobby in the world.
Well, and we thank you guys all for doing this and keeping us involved with you.
That's awesome. All right, guys, so would you say we're going to round this one out?
Yeah, I think we're done.
All right, so with that, if we're running this in the middle of the show, we're going to go back to the podcast. If not, that's the end of this What's Neat show. So rock and roll.
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy your trains.
Great interview, great people, Dave and Deb. I wouldn't mind going out to that show if we can somehow swing it. It was fun when we went out there in 2019.
Yeah, there might be a possibility I could probably swing it as long as
It's a good show.
The
the orange grain car, just the fact that he's doing those small little runs of conglomerates that leased their own equipment to make sure that they didn't lose out on shipping, that they got their stuff shipped out, made their profits for the year, and had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
That's very intelligent for these companies to do that, and he's making those cars. I think that's fabulous.
Not to mention, they got their 2 sons working all together.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
got 'em
every
right.
day, you're working with the family. You don't work a 9 to 5 and you go home.
Yeah, they definitely touched on that in the interview. All right, so with that said, guys, next week, another great show. We're getting close to show number 300, which will be January 4th.
Correct.
I believe Woody and some of the guys from Wisconsin are going to come down here, or Michigan, and hang out with us. Joe Fugate's got something special. He's going to send us a video that we're going to run. Joe, I think he did that first in show 100. 300's evidently a milestone, so let's celebrate it together. The latest ad in Model Railroader magazine that we just came out with is a conglomerate of about 30 photographs. Just a really neat advertisement. The next deadline here is coming up on the 13th of December, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that one or not, so we're going to see what happens for the future ads. But so far, so good. This is the 6th ad that we've run in the magazine, and I can tell you our subscription numbers have gone up, and I think we've reached a different demographic.
Demographic.
There
Not
you
just
go.
the internet crowd and the guys that are surfing YouTube, but the guys that actually sit down and actually read a magazine. I mean, this is first an unusual ad. What's this guy selling? It's like, what's this? What is What's Neat? Yeah, it is the best hobby in the world. Hey, I agree with this guy. What's going on? I'm going to go check it out. And I think that's what's going on. I think we're getting the magazine folks the guy that goes to the grocery store, you can go to Walmart and get a Model Railroader magazine. You know, at Walgreens, the magazine department.
Schnucks is down the street from us,
grocery
too.
store. And I think that's also the crowd that we're exposing. They're not on the internet, but they pick up the magazine at the store once in a while. Hey, what's this What's Neat stuff? I don't know. Check it out. I think that's the group we're getting, and I really like it because there's a lot of them.
Yep.
Best hobby in the world with some of the best people in it, guys. So with that said, let's go run some trains.
All right.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Does the sound
Sounds
okay?
good.
Is both cameras still running?
Yeah, hopefully.
What are we gonna do?
Thumbnail?
Thumbnail.
Yeah.
Hold up something.
Yeah, he's gonna hold up something.
Hold up
You
something.
want me to help you hold it up?
Here, you take the engine, don't drop it, and then I'll just put the tender right here.
What's Mike gonna hold?
I'll hold one of these cars.
Okay.
Hold my
Which
58
camera are we gonna
bell.
look at? Okay, let's do two cameras.
yeah,
Let's do
front.
that one. Ready? And smile. And the other camera. Ready? Set over there. And what a B-roll. Thank you. Oh my God, this is so much fun to do every week.
Yeah, it is. It's a refresher.
I know. I love that gray engine. Let's run it. I want to hear it run. I need to shoot video of it. I got to shoot this, and that.
Yep.
And the cars I'll photograph tomorrow outside.
I'll lay it now, I guess.